Introduction. We use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. In the light of the availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be broadly classified into two kinds. First, inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are part of unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Examples are sunlight, air. Second, exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Examples of these resources are forests, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. In this chapter, we will learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These were formed from the dead remains of living organisms or fossils. These are therefore known as fossil fuels. Coal. You may have seen coal or heard about it. It is as hard as stone and is black in color. Coal is one of the fuels used to cook food. Earlier, it was used in railway engines to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Story of coal. About 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forests in low-lying wetland areas. Now, due to natural processes like flooding, these forests got buried under the soil. As more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. The temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Under high pressure and high temperature, dead plants slowly got converted to coal. Yes, coal is dead plants. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. When heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Coke. It is a tough, porous, and black substance. It is an almost pure form of carbon. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. Coal tar. It is a black, thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of about 200 substances. Products obtained from coal tar are used as starting materials for manufacturing various substances used in everyday life and in industry, like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing materials, etc., etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls used to repel moths and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. Coal gas. Now, coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. It is used as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. You know that petrol is used as a fuel in automobiles such as motorcycles or scooters and cars. Heavy motor vehicles, trucks and tractors run on diesel. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. Do you know how petroleum is formed? Well, it's quite interesting actually. Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. No, not kidding, this is true. Now, as these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layers of sand and clay. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. This figure shows the deposits of petroleum and natural gas. You see that the layer containing petroleum oil and gas is above that of water. Why is it so? We know that oil and gas are lighter than water and do not mix with it. That's why. Now, the world's first oil well was drilled in Pennsylvania in USA in 1859. 8 years later, in 1867, oil was struck at Makkum in Assam in India. Oil is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai High and in the river basins of Godavari and Krishna in India. Petroleum is a dark, oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. The process of separating the various constituents or fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in a petroleum refinery. Let us learn about various constituents of petroleum and their uses. Petroleum gas in liquid form or LPG. It is used as fuel for home and industry. Petrol. It is used as motor fuel, aviation fuel and as a solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene. It is used as fuel for stoves, lamps, and also for jet aircrafts. Diesel. It is used as fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generators, etc. Lubricating oil. It is used for lubrication. Paraffin's wax. It is used as ointments, candles, Vaseline. Bitumen. It is used as paints and for road surfacing. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. These are termed as petrochemicals. These are used in the manufacture of detergents, fibers like polyester, nylon, acrylic, polythene, and other man-made plastics. Hydrogen gas, obtained from natural gas, is used in the production of fertilizers such as urea. Due to its great commercial importance, petroleum is also called, can you guess as what? Well, it's also called black gold. Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, that is CNG. Now CNG is used for power generation. It is now being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. It is a cleaner fuel. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories where it can be supplied through pipes. Such a network of pipelines exists in Vadodara in Gujarat, some parts of Delhi and other places. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. India has vast reserves of natural gas. In our country, natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in the Krishna-Godavari Delta. You have studied in the beginning of the chapter that some natural resources are exhaustible, like fossil fuels, forests, minerals, etc. You know that coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. It required the dead organisms millions of years to get converted into these fuels. On the other hand, the known reserves of these will last only a few hundred years. Moreover, burning of these fuels is a major cause of air pollution. Their use is also linked to global warming. It is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. This will result in better environment, smaller risk of global warming, and their availability for a longer period of time. In India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association or the PCRA advises people how to save petrol or diesel while driving. Let's see what their tips are. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure. Ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle.